Hi there. Welcome to my video series on how to protect your energy as a business owner. Before we get started and we dive into some of my most trusted and true processes and practices, I want to make sure that you understand a little bit about energy and why it's so important to understand our energy as a business owner, an entrepreneur, or even somebody working in corporate America. So before we get started, I want to tell you a little story about me. So I have been either in corporate America, working in a corporate environment, or an entrepreneur for about 20 years now. Since about 2001, I left college, got my first job, then decided to be an entrepreneur. And it wasn't until about 10 years ago that I actually understood the concept of energy, but it had been affecting me long before that. And so I have a couple of questions for you today as we get started. What do you think when you hear the word energy, and why were you curious to join this little series on how to protect your energy as a business owner? Okay. Also, how many times have you been on a Zoom meeting or on a phone call or anything else like that? And after leaving the meeting, even if you were not participating in the meeting, you were just kind of there hanging out in the background, you weren't presenting or anything else, you left exhausted. Or maybe you've been in meetings with multiple other people before. And again, you didn't really present, you didn't really do anything, but you left exhausted. Okay. Chances are you're what we call an empath, and you were affected by people's energy. Okay. So everything in this world is made up of energy. We have the people are made up of energy, plants are made up of energy, the table's made up of energy, everything is made up of energy. And I don't like to look at energy as negative or positive. It's kind of neutral, right? But it does carry a frequency and it does carry a vibration, okay? And so if we are around an energy that is a lower vibration, it can affect our energy, especially when we're an empath and we start to feel everything. Okay. And if we are like kind of up here and we've got this high, what we call a high vibe energy, we've started off our day, we've gone for a walk, we're eating good foods, we've had a great night's rest, and we start off and we go into this beautiful, beautiful day, right? We're like, hey, we can take on anything. And then we go into that Zoom meeting, or we get that email that makes our stomach just drop because we don't want to deal with it. Or we get a phone call from that person that is like, oh, like I don't want to talk to that person. Chances are that person has a lower energy or lower vibrational frequency than you do. And their not their necessarily their negative energy, but their low energy starts to impact your high energy, and it starts to shift. And so you take on that energy and you start to come down here. So why is that important to understand how to protect our energy? Is because if you're an entrepreneur, or you are a business owner, or you work still in corporate America, you want to be performing your best. You want to keep yourself up here high vibing so that you can create content. Maybe you are, you love to create content. You love to send out emails. You love to send out juicy videos and content like I do. And you want your energy to stay up here. Or maybe you're in sales and you want to be able to go out and give your best to your clients. But somebody down here zapped your energy and brought you down with it. Okay. So that's kind of the basic concepts of energy and why it's so important for you as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, or as a employee or somebody climbing the corporate ladder. It's because you want to stay up here. Okay. And so those are the basic concepts of energy. Now, here's the thing. Energy doesn't just come to us when we are physically around somebody. Energy can zap us through the Zoom screen. Energy can zap us through the phone call. It can zap us through an email. It can zap us through social media. It can, when we're scrolling, and think of how fast, like we're scrolling like this, it only takes a couple of seconds. So if you have somebody in your social media feed that's like zapping your energy, it can easily bring you down. And that's why you can attend those meetings and you can do those things, and you instantly go from up here to down here. And it's just because we haven't learned how to protect our energy and how to put boundaries up around ourselves. So what we're going to do in this video series over the next couple of days is you're going to learn how to create a little bubble around yourself. Okay. So because you're still going to need to show up on those Zoom calls. You're still going to need to put yourself out there. You still have to go to meetings. And I remember long before I was an entrepreneur, I remember coming home from work exhausted. And I'd be like, I didn't even really do anything today. Why am I so exhausted? And it was because I was up here and people's energy was bringing me down. Okay. And so in the rest of this video series, I'm going to be giving you some of my top tips on how to protect your energy, how to create that bubble around yourself so that you can stay up here high vibing at a higher frequency. And when we're at that higher frequency, guess what happens? We create more, we do more, we can stay more focused, we can do more work intentionally. And in turn, that usually leads to bigger results in less time, right? So that we can have more time in our lives to create freedom, to create memories with our families, to do the work that we are meant here to do. A lot of people think that the secret of success is to, the more I do, the more hours I put in, the more effort I put out there, the better my results are going to be. I don't believe that. I believe that when we live in alignment and in integrity with our own self, we can create our dreams in less time and by feeling fulfilled. But to do that, we have to learn how to not just protect our energy, but to continue to raise it up so that we can show up in our fullest expression always with clarity, with intention, and ready to do the work we are here to do. So I'm really excited to have you as part of this series. Thanks for joining in. I've got a couple of more videos that I want to share with you, but those are the basic concepts of energy, right? Energy is down here. It's, lower vibration, higher vibration. And when we don't protect ourselves, it all just comes here and pulls us down like a dead weight in the sea. We don't want that. So continue listening to this video series for more tips and tricks on how to protect your energy as an entrepreneur, business owner, or just a successful professional. See you next time.